to another edition of the Catholic Weekly News. I am Runa Agarwal and here is the news from the week that went by. Celebrations to mark the 150th birth anniversary of Venerable Agnello de Souza were held across Goa in Anjuna, Rashol, Shiroda and Savardin. In Anjuna, the celebrations were organized at St. Michael's Church under the leadership of Father Patrick Lewis, who galvanized the parish to have a meaningful celebration. The Eucharistic celebration was presided over by Archbishop of Goa and Daman, Philippe Neri Ferrand, while Father Sebastião Mascarenhas preached on the Word of God. He reminded the gathering that Venerable Agnello continues to inspire and attract people because of his virtuous and holy life. Father Tony Fernandes, Vice Postulator of the cause of Venerable Agnello de Souza, thanked the devotees for coming in large numbers. He also spoke about the canonization process and urged the people to pray for the beatification of the Son of Goa. At the end of the celebration, the Archbishop released a book titled Manyavant Agnelacha Jivitantli Liploli Manka Motia, written by Brother Eusebio Miranda, editor of Vauradiancho East. Ethel Lobo from Fatorda was elected President of the Catholic Association of Goa at the annual General Body meeting held in Panjim recently. Other members elected to the executive body include Vice Presidents Advocate Emedio Pinho and Anthony de Lima for North, Venzi Viegas and Lovis Viegas for South, Treasurer José Carmino João, General Secretary Raimus Vincents, and Joint Secretary Nelson Fernandes. The co-opted members are Captain Eddie Viegas, Advocate Walter Colasso, Advocate E.O. Mendes, and Celine Alberto. Father Anthony Fernandes is the spiritual director. This year's Kala Sadhak Samman was presented to Mr. Tomazinho Cardoso. This is a state-level award that was initiated by the Konkani Department of the Father Agnel College of Arts and Science, Pilar, 3 years ago. The award is in recognition of eminent Goans who have made immense contributions to the promotion and development of the Konkani language and culture. Jesuit priest Father José Silveira gave an overview of Mr. Cardoso's achievements. Also present at the felicitation were Mr. Michael Lobo, Deputy Speaker and MLA from Calangute, and Dr. Savio Falero, Principal of the college.
Father Agnel College Pilar, theatreworld.com आणि वावरेड्याचो इश्ट हांच्या जोड पालवान घडून हाडटा कला साधक 2019 हो भोवमान सुवाळो. फादर आग्नेल कॉलेजीचे वतीन तुमकां सगळ्यांक माये मोगाचो येवकार. फादर आग्नेल कॉलेज पिलार दर वर्साक कोंकणीच्या मळार योगदान दिल्ल्या एका मानेस्ताचो सन्मान करता. ह्या वर्साचे मानकारी आसात तियात्र कलेच्या आणि कोंकणी साहित्य आणि संस्कृतीच्या मळार योगदान दिल्ले भोवमानेस्त तोमाजीन बाब कार्दोज. आमचे कॉलेजीचे बँड संगीत वाजोवन आमच्या सोयऱ्यांक आतां येवकार दितले.
इश्टानो, कला साधक या कार्यक्रमा निमती आमच्या तोमाजीन बाब कार्दोजोक हो सन्मान फावो जाता आनी ताचे वयर उलोवपाक म्हाका ही संदी दिल्ल्या खातीर फादर आग्नेल कॉलेज पिलार theatreworld.com आनी वावराडेचो इश्ट हांचे हांव उपकार मानता. नांव आसते आमी कितें म्हणचें, कलाकार म्हणचे, तियात्रिस्ट म्हणचे, साहित्यीक म्हणचे, सगळ्याच वाटांनी तांचें योगदान आसा अशें आमचे हे तमाजीन बाब कार्दोस. तांचें मूळ नांव लॅम्बर्टो थॉमस कार्दोजो. ते आसरो ऑर्दा कांदोली हांगासर रावतात. तांचो जल्म एप्रिलाचे 14 तारखेर 1946 ह्या वर्सा जालो. पूण ते गांवांत कांदोलीचे न्हय पूण पोंबुरपदांचो जल्म जालो. पूण आतां ऑर्दा कांदोलीम हांगासर ते रावतात.
भोवमानेस्त तोमाजीन बाब कार्दोस हांकां शाल आनी यादस्तीक भेटयतात गोंय विधानसभेचे उपसभापती श्री मायकल लोबो. तशेंच फादर आग्नेल कॉलेजीचे प्राचार्य डॉक्टर सावियो पालेरो भोवमानेस्त तोमाजीन बाब कार्दोस हांकां मानपत्र भेटयतले.
An international seminar, Estado de India, Colonial Periodical Press, Politics and Culture, and the 4th International Symposium, Goa, Cultures, Languages and Literatures, were recently organized at the Institute Camões, Panjim, by Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Quepin, and Centro de Língua Portuguesa, Camões, Panjim. Over a period of 2 days, experts spoke on different subjects, ending the last session on the second day with the release of a book, Goa, A Post-Colonial Society Between Cultures, edited by Rochelle Almeida.
If you go through the files of this period, you can see the different approaches of these papers trying to cope with the change. So these are some of the papers of that era, and then along the way I'm just trying to show how they were struggling to cope in that new scene. So all of a sudden they have to cope with new forms of entertainment, the lack of censorship, the freedom of speech, pressures from a new cultural approach and things like that. This is an ad from the cinema theatres of those times.
At the time of liberation, there were 5 dailies in Goa: O Heraldo, Avida, Diario de Noite, and Diario de Goa. The two newspapers are published from Margao, while the rest were published from Panjim. After liberation, most of the Portuguese publications tried to adjust to the new situation.
Greetings. So, as everybody knows, from the College of Arts, Science and Commerce, and he's going to present us a paper on health, hygiene, and medicine in Portuguese Goa.
In the ocean that comprises of as far as the India's colonial periodical press, the writings on health, hygiene and medicine are significant, copious and diverse, even though the area remains a relatively virgin area of research. Journal on Pharmacy and Medical Sciences of Portuguese India, which was published from 1862 to 63.
So I'm very happy to also make an effort on behalf of my wonderful publisher here to sell my wares.
And to everybody and the possibility of participating. My article is an article that I think people need to know. It's about the teaching of literature in India. That this is one of the most interesting things for us who work with literature in the West, or in Brazil in this case, that we work with single language literary theories, yes, and national literary traditions. And here in India, this plurilingualism, yes, this mixture of cultures, languages, and literary traditions is so rich that in fact it's a kind of example for us to have new approaches to the teaching of literature. So this is mostly what my article is about, on the concept of plurilingualism, and I did some kind of analysis of how, of the literary syllabi in the University of Goa, of the different departments, Portuguese, English, Marathi, and Konkani. And I think that we got some very interesting ideas about how to organize our own syllabi back home. And that's it.
Simple one. It's on other Lusophone writings on Goa in the 50s and 60s. So I work with some Portuguese travelogues, and also I found very interesting writings on Macanese and one Angolan. So these are other Lusophone voices writing on Goa in that very complicated period just before the liberation. So, but it's a very simple article that I'm developing now, this theme on Goa-Macau relations, which I'm also going to present tomorrow, so don't miss it.
My piece is on the church and politics in Goa.
And I wrote on an article titled Writing from Many Frontiers, Gerson de Cunha's historical and journalistic approaches to past and present colonialisms in India. And writing from many frontiers because Gerson de Cunha writes on different subjects and he's critical in different ways, depending on the place in which he is publishing and the language in which he is writing. So when he writes, he publishes in Florence, in Italy, in French. He's critical of the British government of India. This is in the 1870s. But when he's publishing in English, in Bombay, he's not critical of the British government. When he writes on the Portuguese presence in Goa in the past, he's critical, but he's not critical of the Portuguese government in India. And I argue that he uses his historical approaches to be critical of the present and of the present, for example, of the Catholic Church in Goa, but he does so as an historian and not as a critical observer. And so in a way, Gerson de Cunha being writing and publishing in many different places, but mainly in English and Bombay, while being a Goan of Portuguese nationality, this gives him paradoxically a freedom of not being anywhere, and somehow a freedom of never being a subaltern, and in a way a freedom to speak out, even if he has to choose the places where he says what he says.
I'm not a person who's done a lot of work on literature, so I kind of fit into this group in another way. But I wrote a paper called Celluloid Subalterns, and that's the name of it here. But I also could call it Goa at the movies, but it doesn't mean about Goans who go to the movies. It's how Goans are shown in movies, especially Bollywood movies. I think the Goans have been presented over the centuries in many different ways, always images and things presented by others. Goans have had very little chance to present themselves to the world. And I looked at many different kinds of presentations in other work that I did. But in this one, I looked only at how they were presented in films, in Indian films. And the conclusion was not too promising. I found that I looked at a number of Hindi films, maybe about 17 or 18, and it was hard work, some of them, very hard work. But what I found was that I compared it in some way to Hawaii, where Hawaiians were created completely as a kind of enjoyment-oriented people who danced and sang for the white colonialists, and they were hula girls and surfers and things like that. And I said, well, Hawaii completely disappeared, and you have Hawaii, like some kind of imaginary place. And in Bollywood films, Goa is exactly the same thing. So if you'd like to know what I saw, how I described it, please read the... but I would like to say that Goa still has not control of its own image. Others are creating the image of Goa. So it's perhaps time, if there are any filmmakers out there, please create some good movies.
The Child Rights Clinic of the V.M. Salgaonkar College of Law organized a street play to commemorate National Girl Child Day. The themes of the play were the taboo on menstruation, inequalities between male and female children at home, sexual harassment of a girl child at home, and eve teasing. The play was performed at the Panjim Market, the Panjim Bus Stand, and at Kakula Mall.
नमस्कार सगळ्या माझ्या फ्रेंडांक मान मोगाचो येवकार आम्ही पीएम सावा कॉलेज ऑफ लॉची भुरगीं तुमच्या फुडल्या घेवन येयला बारीकशें नाटकुलें कितें म्हळें फर्स्ट नाटकुलें साफ्टक आमचा आयज 24 जानेवारी म्हणजे नॅशनल गर्ल चायल्ड डे हो दीस पुराय भारत देशान मनयता कारण आमकां चेडवां सांबाळपाक जाय चेडवां ह्यो आमचो फ्युचर आसा चेडवांक सांबाळपाक जाय बेटा हमारा ऐसा काम करेगा मगर ये तो कोई न जाने ये मेरी मंजिल है कहाँ बाबा करके है बड़ा नाम करेगा
And that's all we have in this edition. We shall see you again with a new episode of the Catholic Weekly News next Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Thank you for watching and stay blessed in the week ahead.